Okay, tonight I am going to finally reveal something that has taken me quite some time to come to terms with for many different reasons. I committed suicide. I died. I had been battling a very long period of extreme alcoholism, in which I am now almost 1 month sober and am in treatment. But at any rate, I got laid off work because of my alcoholism. This was right after I left the wife and moved into a new place, and before I got the kids, and I was very depressed and needed some company during my time off work. So I invited over a female friend for fun and games. We had just found out that somebody in the house that we were staying at, that I was living at, had died right before I moved in. So one night, very intoxicated. When I say intoxicated, what I would do was just start the day off with a pint of 100 proof vodka, just to get my buzz kicking, and wouldn't stop drinking until the minute I went to bed. So, needless to say, one night, very intoxicated, we decided to make a Ouija board and try to talk to this, spirit that might be in here. Well, she says she knows how to get them to work, so we made a homemade Ouija board out of cardboard and a bottle cap. And we started asking it questions, and this bottle cap starts moving very fast and very violently. I mean, so fast and violent that my fingers were slipping off of it. And my initial reaction was, this girl's full of it. I knew she had a crush on me. I knew she liked me. I thought she was just trying to impress me. So about 5 or 10 minutes into this, I thought, man, I'm tired of hearing this girl's, load of crap, so I'm going to call her bluff. So I hollered out, "Are you a spirit that knows me?" And it very quickly and very violently went to yes. And I said, "Well, all right, spell your name." And it spelled out the name of my dead grandmother. Mind you, I just met this girl for the first time the day before. She didn't know me. She didn't know my family. She knew nothing about me. So I looked at her. I said, "We need to stop this right now." She said, "Why?" I said, "That's my dead grandmother's name." She said, "Oh, your grandma's talking to you?" I said, No. I don't know what it is that did that, but that's not my grandmother." So we tore it up, burned it, and, did all that good stuff. And after that, the house became very active. I mean, cabinet doors slamming, things flying out of the cabinet, dark figures shooting out of the hallways, loud voices, loud footsteps, you name it. Well, one night, again, very intoxicated, we were sitting at the kitchen table talking about suicide. And I had been suicidal for many years. Had, the thoughts and, the fantasies and this and that. And I remember thinking, I'm done. I don't want to be here anymore. So I waited till she went to bed, sat there at the table and thought about it some more. And I don't remember doing it. My next conscious thought is that I'm downstairs in my cellar, where I come to find out is where I hung myself off one of the rafters with my belt. But my next conscious thought was I'm down in my cellar inside the wall, about 20 feet inside the wall, with a big thin film in front of me that was about maybe 30 feet this way. And from the beginning of the edge of that film all the way around me to this edge of that film was complete blackness. And there were these, I guess, beings that took the form of people to the left of me. There's about 7 or 8 of them, all very frustrated and communicating with each other. And I could hear everything they were thinking. I could, pick up on everything that they were frustrated with. And there was one sitting right next to me that was communicating to me directly. And I don't know how to describe in words how I was able to pick up on what they were thinking and what this person was conveying to me in my mind. Without moving its mouth, it was speaking to me in my mind. But it wasn't a happy being. It wasn't a sad or mad or angry being, but it was very frustrated. And it was communicating to me that it was frustrated and why. Well, like I said, I I was trying to pay attention to what was going on, but I couldn't focus my mind on anything but this being communicating to me, because I could look through that film and it was so blurry and hazy that the only thing that I could make out was that on the other side of that film was the inside of my cellar. I couldn't really see or hear anything that was going on in there. I could just barely see the outlines. It was so blurry. And I was trying to focus on that, and I was trying to, but like I said, I had 360-degree panoramic vision, and there was darkness all behind me. But I didn't focus on the darkness because there was nothing to focus on back there. There was nothing back there. It was just complete black. Well, my next conscious thought is shooting very fast through that film, very fast through my cellar and through the wall of the other side of my cellar, through that wall, and immediately found myself in, I guess, what I associated in my mind as being a meadow, a very bright lit up meadow, with another being that was being very stern with me. And it was kind of distracting because this light, you know how like when the sun shines in one direction, it shines like in one direction, and it's like kind of yellowish, and you can see where it's coming from. You can see shadows. Well, it wasn't really like that wherever I was. The light was everywhere. I mean, everything was lit up, and it wasn't yellow light. It was white light. So it was kind of distracting, but I mean, this being was being very stern with me, conveying messages to me that the beings that I was communicating with and that were communicating with me were the, I guess, energy that was in the house. And the only way to get rid of them was to perform, and I'm not very versed in this, so I may be saying it wrong, because it was conveyed as information, not as words, but to perform some type of Wicca ritual or Wiccan ritual. Well, not even a week later, well, the next thing I knew, I'm coming to in my bed, and that girl that I thought was asleep was crying her eyes out. And I said, "What is wrong with you?" She said, "What do you think is wrong with me? Do you realize what you just put me through?" I said, "What are you talking about?" She said, "You just hung yourself." I said, "No, I didn't." I said, "I was thinking about it, and we were talking about it, but I didn't really do it." And she said, "Go look at your neck." So I went to the mirror and I looked at my neck, and there was a big gash across my neck. It felt like somebody stabbed me in the throat, and my eye was busted up. And I said, "Well, what happened to my eye?" She said, "When I cut you down, you landed face first into a pile of bricks." She said, "When I found you hanging, your face was white as a sheet, your tongue was hanging out. It was white as a sheet, and there was tears coming out of your eyes." And I was drunk when I did it, apparently, and I was drunk when I came to, but I wasn't drunk while I was on the other side. It was very profound and very vivid. So in my drunken stupor after I'm coming to, I'm very confused because it felt almost like waking up from a dream, only it couldn't have been a dream, because